I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Once again, we're about to another review. This is another paid request, this time from Sherlock Bond, and it's for a film called The Sisters Brothers. And if you like the film, that's cool, man. No worries. But I saw this film, and I really don't get the praise. I really don't. I mean, hey, John C. Reilly. I liked him as an actor. I really liked him in Constant Island. Joaquin Phoenix. Really enjoyed him in Joker. They play brothers whose last name happen to be sisters. Hence the Sisters Brothers. This takes place in the days of the Wild West. They're assassins. The beginning seemed like it could be interesting. Because the way it's shot, not a bad looking film at all. These two guys, they team up, kill some, but these horses, like the horses and this barn, they burn down. You even see a shot of a horse on fire running by, which looked pretty decent. Didn't look that bad of an effect. I'm like, okay, that looks not bad at all. And so they get on this job where they have to find this guy who has this formula for helping to find gold. Like supposedly the guy gets this formula, puts in the water, he's able to find gold in a much better way. So these two are supposed to meet up with Jake Gyllenhaal. And Jake Gyllenhaal is supposed to meet up with this guy. So the movie cuts between John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix trying to get up to Jake Gyllenhaal, while Jake Gyllenhaal is trying to get this guy to trust him, and so on and so forth. This movie I thought was boring. And I thought it was a waste of some talent. Rutger Hauer, this is one of the last films Rutger Hauer was in. One of the last before he passed away. He has no fucking lines of dialogue. You see him watching from up top. You see him at the very end, dead in a casket. Which that in itself was very weird and sad to see because, again, this is one of the last films he did. And the last thing I see is him in a coffin. It's just sad. I mean, that's not the movie's fault, but I'm like, why do you have an actor like Rutger Hauer? Did he have lines? Then he cut it out? Why the fuck would you do that? I mean, why did you hire Rutger Hauer as this Commodore who put these people on this mission, and you give him no scenes? Like, no scenes of actual, like, dialogue, anything. Unless I blanked out. Maybe I blanked out, to be fair. Maybe I blanked out. Because if he did, there weren't fucking much of them. I mean, wow, what a fucking waste of a really good actor. John C. Reilly, he's probably the best, I would say, acting-wise, because they try to do a little bit more with his character, where he's trying to look further with technology. He's reading instructions to use this thing called a toothbrush, and dealing with his brother, Joaquin Phoenix, who's always drunk and always wants to drink more and more and has issues with that. But it's just this meandering journey that's like searching, desperately searching for a theme, a purpose, or a fucking point. And then when it got to the end, I thought, what was the fucking point? What was the fucking point of this movie? I don't know. What was the fucking point? I don't know. I don't know. It just meandered. And it goes from those two to these two. One guy is trusting Jake Gyllenhaal, then gets a gun on him, and then Jake Gyllenhaal decides to help him out. The other two, they talk to the... At one point, they want this person to open up a safe. They go, no, never. The next shot, this person's dead and the safe is open. And at times, the movie will do this thing where, imagine my face is the camera. Now imagine I put my hand and did this. There's points in the movie where it's looking at a building or something, but for some reason there's this black around it as if someone did this. For no reason. Just because. I'm sure the director had some artistic reason for doing that. It just looks weird and off. From time to time, it'll be like, I don't even know how to, not even that bad, but I can't even do it. I mean, imagine taking the camera and then having like this black around it for no reason. Or there's literally a point, I think that like there's only one time the movie did this, where Joaquin Phoenix just looks at the camera and starts talking. And you know what? Yes, some movies do that and are very effective. JCVD is a movie that did that effectively, because it was like the primary scene in the film. Here, I don't even remember what the hell he said, honestly. I really don't. Again, from time to time, it does this telescopic lens thing. Pretty much the four get together, they help each other out for a bit. The two decide to help the two pan for gold. Joaquin Phoenix, spoiler alert, spoilers, Joaquin Phoenix fucks things up. He has this thing, he slips, he drops it, like this hot oil, whatever you want to call it, this liquid, into the water, which burns Joaquin Phoenix's arm badly, fucks up Jake Gyllenhaal, fucks up the other guy, to the point that the other two are suffering, and they die of their wounds, or they shoot them in order to get them out of their misery. Then Rutger Hauer's men want to kill Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly because, hey, you turned on us, fuck you guys. So there's like a bit of a montage where they're going from A to B to C, being chased, and John C. Reilly's killing some, while Joaquin Phoenix gets his arm cut off because it's too far gone. And then no one's chasing them. I'm like, isn't it interesting that no one's chasing us? They're going back to Rutger Hauer because they're going to kill him, because they figure if we kill the head boss, maybe they'll stop. Come to find out, he's already dead. that's why no one's chasing them anymore. I'm like, wow, that's a waste of Rutger Hauer, waste of this talent. They go home, they see their mom, they go to bed. That's the movie. John C. Reilly goes to bed. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this fucking film? What was the point of this film? What was the point? If it's supposed to be this point of these two having a redemption, you don't really get that. I mean, their redemption caused two people to almost burn to death by oil, not get the gold that they were going to get, having to kill to ease their suffering. They don't get revenge because Rutger Hauer's already dead. Joaquin Phoenix is missing an arm. I don't give a shit about these two characters. Why should I give a shit about John C. Reilly or Joaquin Phoenix's characters? Why should I give a shit? Maybe John C. Reilly only because he's a good actor. I mean, they're both good actors, but like there's this whole bit where John C. Reilly talks about how Joaquin Phoenix killed their dad when they were growing up. He's like, you know what, I should have done it. He should not have had to have done it. I guess they brought that up because later on, he's the one who's got to take care of Joaquin Phoenix. You know, get his arm cut off before it gets worse, all that stuff. But I'm like, this movie's like 2 hours, over 2 hours long. If you go into it for action, there's a handful of shootouts. The beginning's in the dark. One is off screen. One, you see, like, again, there's nothing to that. Humor, no, not really. Big, dramatic, I mean, there's plenty of westerns you could watch to get any of that sort of, whether redemptive arc or showing the world, the turn of century. I mean, in a world when you could watch fucking Tombstone or High Plains Drifter or Real Lobo or the Fistful of Dollars trilogy. I mean, I just don't get why would you see this film and what is the point of this movie? I don't get the point of this film. And that's why I know this isn't much of a review. I know this is a shitty review. I apologize to that for Sherlock Bond. I really don't know how to review this or what to say. Sadly, that's how it is with me with some movies. I don't know what to say. There's really not much fucking there. They're hired by a wealthy businessman, Rutger Hauer, in a wasted role to kill this guy named Herman Worm, who again has his formula to find gold. And it just goes so slow, so boring, so tedious. I can appreciate the actors, but they've all done better work. Jake Gyllenhaal, I'll just go watch Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll go watch Nightcrawler. That's an interesting film with Jake Gyllenhaal. Joaquin Phoenix, I mentioned a Joker. John C. Reilly, I mentioned Constal Island. Among others, he's been in quite a few films, actually. Yeah, this just wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my kind of movie. Don't give me this, well, you just want action. I liked Real Lobo with John Wayne. I just saw that for the first time a week ago. I saw, these movies. I enjoy. On a different genre, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Ad Astra with Brad Pitt. It's not because it's no action. It's because there was no fucking point to the film. You missed the point. Yeah, you're right, I did. You're right, I did miss the point. Which means I guess the movie, for me, in my opinion, did not fucking engage me, did not fucking interest me, did not really engage me to pontificate a point. I just found it boring, slow, and tedious to watch. And it's over 2-hour running time. At least it felt like over 2 hours. Just my opinion on it. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.